Alright, hello everybody, this is Demon coming back for another round of Final Fantasy XIV. So as you clearly see, I put different clothing on for once. So actually, I was actually had a little bit of money saved up. I said, screw it, I'm gonna go on Final Fantasy store and see the same thing I want to buy. So finally, I actually bought something. For the record, yes, I probably should have bought that damn file thing. So calm down on that. I should have bought it. But actually, I'm used to this character now, so I don't care anymore. Besides, I don't know if you can actually switch your name in this game. That's the one thing I never did figure out. I don't know if you can switch your character look, but you can't mess with the name. I could be wrong though. Probably am wrong on that. But yeah, look, everybody's here. We all ready for New Game Plus. You know what the bad thing is though? I gotta sit there and say this. Is every single time I come in here, I cannot start freaking the next 5.4. You have no idea. This is me the entire time. Like, I really want to play it and I can't play it. It sucks. And the main reason why I won't play it is because I know once I start, I'm not going to be able to stop, for one. And then two, two's overcritical. It's very critical. I don't know when it'll get finished updating and then I can't play the story anymore. Because usually every time they add a patch, they add a little bit of main story added to it. So, actually, I don't remember that. Do they? They have to. They had to have. I don't remember. All I know is I don't want to play it because I know if I start playing it, then it'll be out of New Game Plus. New Game Plus currently has the 5.3 thing, which is already something I finished, so I just got to finish 5.4. So, when everyone wants to talk. Things are heating up in Alamiga, but we can't afford to lose track of the trouble what might be brewing in the rest of the realm. Don't you worry, though. I'll keep an ear to the ground, me nose in the air, and one eye on the horizon. You only have one eye. Silence will spread thin in the coming days, so Raoul and I are discussing assignments. I may have to reorganize my filing system. Oh god, that sounds horrific. Hey look, it's a seal door. I didn't know Lord of the Rings was in this. Lady Flamin. I'm probably butchering her name still. I sent her outside to enjoy a quiet cup of tea. Much has happened these past moons, and we can all use a rest every now and again. That is true. What the hell are they doing? Most curious ideas about courtship. I made a fool of myself on our last mission, but I will show him what I'm made of. Come on now, Hori. So that's the best you got. If Dark has been called away to Abania, it will fail to us to deal with the Scion's usual obligations, and thus we must remain in peak condition. Fine showing, brother, but you have yet to outpay Zenoa. Though it may be simpler to surrender despair, I've chosen to resume my studies in the arcane. I received much wisdom from Papalimo, and I would put his advice into practice. Good on you, mate. Good on you. And not too worried about them. Please, we should be receiving word the Alliance force has secured Balasar's wall. Until then, however, we can but ensure we are ready to move the moment we hear the news. I don't think they have anything to add. Last, I was able to rise from my sickbed, but the pain when I tried to take my axe. Oh, a sad old man I've become. For us, we treat back pain with a long soak in a hot spring. What say you to a short journey, Isildur? I am told the waters at Camp Baron's Lake are famous for their healing properties. That sucks. Alpha, no, what up?
The question is, how will the Empire respond to the disappearance of Omega and the Primal?
Badly.
Oh, I didn't see you there. Forgive me. Word from Baelsar's wall is proving long in the coming, and my mind cannot help but stray to grim places.
Alphino, a message from the Alliance.
It's about time. Pray summon the others at once.
Yes, sir.
General Uldin reports that his forces have secured the breach in Baelsar's wall.
Ooh.
And what of the Primal and Omega?
Oh, they're gone.
There is still no sign of either at this time. He writes that they will begin a more thorough investigation shortly. And, as expected, he wishes to petition the aid of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn.
As expected.
The Alliance's decision to capture a part of Baelsar's wall is open to interpretation.
The wall serves to demarcate Imperial territory, Alamigo included, from the rest of Eorzea. To an observer, the Alliance's actions could be seen as a prelude to invasion.
Indeed. And the Alliance leaders have no wish to be branded invaders.
Why not?
You're saying they won't fight for Alamigo? Even after everything that's happened?
Not without the consent of her people, no. Make no mistake, Lys. The Alliance is in complete agreement that the Empire must be purged from Eorzea. However, they will not set foot in Gyr Abania until they have formally secured the consent and cooperation of the Alamigan opposition.
They would have us act as intermediaries.
Precisely. The Scions are uniquely qualified to serve in this capacity. That is to say, Lys's, given her personal connection to the Resistance. Who better than you to broker an agreement between the Alliance and the people of Alamigo? Assuming you are willing, of course.
Of course I am. You know I'd like nothing more.
As for who should accompany you on said diplomatic mission, I had a mind to volunteer myself.
I can only imagine.
Well, that covers the talking part. But you just know there'll be trouble along the way. Are you available?
I'm always available.
Thanks. It means a lot knowing you'll be there.
I don't get why they give you two responses.
I too shall accompany you. Such endeavors are seldom hampered by a surfeit of healers.
Like, what's the point in my character either saying, of course, why do you have to ask, or be silence?
Good point. Allow me to offer my services as well.
I have spent quite enough time here of late, so I'll be coming, but we will need someone to keep an eye on things. I trust you have no objections?
None, my lady. Gladly shall I continue to serve as caretaker of the Waking Sands, and there keep watch for signs of primal and Ascian activity both.
As capable as my learned friend undoubtedly is, there are some troubles that may prove too much for a single scion, on account of which I mean to stay.
It is settled then. Let us each see to our preparations.
Ooh. Right, so that's fun. Get to it. Hey, Tataru. Remember Manago, don't you? The messenger who brought word of the Griffin's attack on Baelsar's wall. Well, she left not long ago, having made a full recovery. So here in Abania, be sure to send my love. So it's finally happening. Don't tell anyone, but I'm feeling a bit nervous, only a bit in mind. I'll be fine once we get going. Hopefully.
Ready, my friend?
Of course.
Well then. Tataru, I leave the rising stones in your capable hands.
Don't worry, Alphino. I'll see that the place is still standing when you come back.
I seriously doubt that.
Mistress Y'shtola has unfolded all. You are bound for Gyr Abania?
The Alliance would have us make contact with the Alamegan resistance as soon as possible.
It begins then. As soon it shall in Doma, if the gods are good. 'Tis but a pity it must be now. I am sorry that we shall not be present to fight beside you in the battles to come.
You have stood with us countless times, Lady Yugiri. Pray do not apologize.
Then let us thank you instead. You and yours stood with us from the first, when we came to this land as refugees in search of sanctuary. Loath am I to think what might have become of my people, had you not extended to us the hand of friendship. We will never forget. This I solemnly swear.
Much has changed since first you set foot on these shores. Revenant's toll stands as a testament to that. I'm sure your people will manage in your absence.
Indeed. They have built a new home for themselves and no longer need me to shepherd them. The time has come for Kozetsu and I to return to our master, to our home.
Nope.
I know how you feel. It's time I went home too.
Though our battlefields be 1,000 miles apart, our purpose is one. That all men hearken to the clarion call of freedom, of liberation, from Eorzea to the far east, that they may rise up and cast down the curse of Garlemald.
Take care, you hear me? When all of this is over, we're going to celebrate, together. Just you wait. I should like that very much. Fare you well.
I can't remember to cut that out. I'm being an asshole right now. A thousand miles apart, yet united in purpose. Let's pray both our endeavors meet with success, shall we then? Wait, not just yet. I knew I'd forgotten something important. Lise, could you come with me? Me? What now? Alright, then if you insist. Oh wow, great outfit. Pretty neat. Hey, what do you think? Looks great. So yeah, designed to be light and loose, an outfit tailor-made to the need of a skilled fighter like Lise. Your work never ceases to impress. Much more of this, and I may have to stop introducing you as a Scion's receptionist and start referring to you as our preeminent seamstress. Damn. Lovely Tataru, thank you. I feel like I could take on a legion. Glad you like it. Delay you no longer. Safe travels. Then onward to Abania. First stop will be Fantasy XIV and SHROUD. Oh yeah, I forgot. Since we're going to be starting this, I better switch some of this stuff out. Alright, unfortunately we're going to get rid of our little boy here. No longer needed. Actually, where's Kiko at? Yeah, I brought a little guy back. Look, Kiko. Kiko back. What up, Kiko? I miss Kiko. Alright, how we head back? Oh yeah, we gotta head back over Mia. Oh yeah, you know, while we're here and we're running, it's gonna take it a second. I actually want to switch out the mount too. Let's see, we've been running with our one boy for a while. Magitech armor, kill Behemoth, mana cutter. I'd vote. Yeah. Yeah, you know what? We'll go for that. We'll go for the Behemoth. I won't let you down, Papa Lima, I promise. Well, as always, his plan to sacrifice his life to complete the ritual to bring forth the arbiter of his vengeance, but now remain to see the aftermath. Papa Lima had to know it would be only temporary. Grandfather couldn't contain Bahamut with the power of 1,000 prayers, then that chance did his disciple stand, armed only with a broken staff. It may not be apparent to naked eye, but the ether here is in turmoil. Not since Calamity has this land been subjected to forces of magnitude unleashed by Shinru and Omega. I told the walls, Corporal Zhed, you may cross at your leisure. Good. I love leisure. Our present and accounted for. When you're ready, my friend, pray inform the officer that we wish to proceed to Abania. So I said, no, we were told to expect you. So I sent someone to escort you to the wall. Yes. Yes, of course. Because I actually want to continue the story already. Ooh. Fancy. Wow, that's a low res map. I can respect it though.
I remember crossing the border, standing in Abania once more. Me and my fellow scions, the warrior of light among us.
Hand. We're on business. I love business.
Behind us, Baelsar's wall cutting the land in two. Freedom on one side, tyranny on the other. Tyranny and the promise of a new beginning. But one that could only be bought with flames and blood.
I'm back. I'm back. Hi, everybody. I'm back. Can I go over how nice this area looks? Great game. Who the hell names his son Pip? Feel so anxious to battle with Garleans, I sometimes find myself tightly gripping the hilt of my blade without realizing. Perhaps that is to blame for the blisters on my hand. Oh, ooh, hands hurt. I hate blisters. Quite an atmosphere, isn't there? Everyone seems to be on pins and needles, so one can hardly blame them, given recent events. Alliance has done well to repurpose these Imperial facilities for their own use so quickly. Generals in high spirits, don't you think? I know the feeling. So this is East End, not to do different from the rest of the Shroud, is it? So truth be told, I'm not sure why I would thought it would be. See the color of so many nations. Limza, Lemenza, Gridania, Ulda, and now Ishgard. That night brings a tear to my eye. We had much to be proud of. Yeah, we do. We did so good. So good. Ring sound on behalf of the Eorzean Alliance, I welcome you to Castrum Eorzeans. Thank you, General. We were relieved to hear that your forces secured the wall without incident. Have the Imperials made any attempt to retake the Castrum since then? None, save for a few skirmishes between our scouts and their patrols. We've barely had any contact with them. But we all know it's only a matter of time before things escalate. As if attacking Belisar's wall weren't enough, Illbird summoned a primal right on their doorstep, and Garlemald does not like to let such shows of defiance go unanswered. It was a declaration of war, even if it was not Illbird's to make, and now we are bound by it. For weal or for woe, the Scions stand ready to serve, General. What would you ask of us? Stated in my message, the Alliance will not proceed without the support and cooperation of Alamegan people. We would have you serve as our emissaries and make contact with the Resistance. Done, General. Won't let you down, I swear. And I'll leave you to it. Godspeed. Of all the Castra in the world, you walk into mine. Master Garland, what brings you here? Sir, missing elegant weapon and draconic primal, Omega and Shinru, I think the shinobi called it. Anyway, we've been searching for their trail of destruction. I hope it will lead us somewhere, which it has singularly failed to do. Then 'tis like Omega fell to earth in occupied territory, meaning it may already be in Imperial hands. Even so, it bears repeating that we engage the stasis systems. Assuming the command was received and executed successfully, the weapon will be of no use to them. Assuming we should hurry up and find it regardless. All the more reason to reach out to the Resistance. If we want to press on into Abania, we'll need their blessing. Everyone's counting on us. Let's not waste any more time talking. The gentle nods. I heard there are plenty of factions in Resistance, so I'm taking us to see one of the most, see the one with most influence. Their headquarters are located in a place called Ralga's Reach, an old temple to the east of here, across the Vodona River. I learned a route that should allow us to avoid Imperial patrols. Stick with me and we'll be there before you know it. I see the old rigger. I just sit there and go, wow, Volga. We going to Stalingrad? Keep to the north and cross upstream. The Black Bridge belongs to the Garleans for now. Oh, now I want to go play a game that has Stalingrad in it. Now it's on my behemoth. Look at my big boy. Also, for the record, everybody, I was kind of lazy and I don't have everything unlocked to be able to fly. So the fastest route is this. Oh, there they are. Jesus. Yeah, I don't want to teleport. Bad game. Cryo. Oh, at the risk of upsetting the cartographic fraternity, can help observing that the East End depends entirely on one's perspective. I mean, people don't even think of it as Gridania anymore, do they? Call it East End because it marks the end of the Black Shroud, with the sparse vegetation. So quiet, almost so the Imperials have been here for quite some time. Find your God, Imperials know this land better than we. Still with me? Good. From here on, we'll head northeast towards the river. The water is not too deep, so we don't have to swim. Yeah, there you go. Oh, wait, I know where to go. Yeah, so one thing I forgot to make mention of. I never found all the, what do you call it, the etheric currents. I was kind of lazy on that fact, so I don't actually have them all unlocked. That, and when I originally played this, I skipped all the side missions. Because whenever I played it, I had access to level 80. And when I originally went back to play this game, I actually had to go back to through Heaven's Ward. Nice thing about going that far back is it let me get levels early. So, like, it completely cut off the reason for me to actually do any side missions, besides, like, you know, unlocking certain things. And since I'm lazy, I didn't actually unlock anything. Yeah, I know. And the glass certainly seems shallow enough. Alpha's gonna die. Hey, see, brother, nothing to worry about. Though no one would blame you for donning your buoyancy age, just in case. Oh, God. That's right, we need to cross for the Imperial supplies. She's a dick to him. She would not linger here out in the open. Alpha's about to have a stroke. I don't see any soldiers. Good, let's cross. Wonder about the tower to the south. Part of Castum Veladonia. That's what the Imperials had to call the old bridge after they fortified it. I call it a great big eyesore. Honestly, you see that rotten banner from absolutely miles away. Sigh. They need it miss a chance to rub our noses in it, do they? Come on, we should keep going. Man, I am so glad I'm off today. Jesus Christ, it's up to the knees. My words, my kanks. My poor, poor kanks. That a big ass gator. Hell no. See a gator that size in real life, you run away in fear. Although it does remind me of the Mythbusters stuff I used to watch when I was younger. I miss that show. It was such a good show. Bye, friends. Good luck. That a big ass chicken. Nice thigh. Chicken thigh. Now I'm hungry. It's the only bad thing since I had this implant put in. Now I'm just hungry all the time and I can't eat properly. It's every time I've had this damn thing done. It's pissed me off every single time. Each step. Had to get the stupid bone and membrane transplant thing put in. Came home, passed out, woke up, starving. Went back a few months ago, went in, got food, got this screw put into my freaking gum line. Went home, starving. Yesterday, got the other screw put in to get the rod in there. Still hungry. It's so miserable. Are we there yet? That's my question. The reach lies beyond, but I don't see a path. These did well. It is reassuring. We didn't run afoul of anything single patrol. What a pleasant surprise. And that we have no surprises. Oh. We're here on the other side of this pass. Rover's Reach. So you say, but all I see is rocks. I presume that there is some sort of trick to this? Indeed, a glamour. Good eye, Yashola. I mean, theories, I don't think she can see anymore. I take it they have a talented mage in the ranks, or mayhap an artificer trained in modification of glamour systems. I don't know, that's a word. Something like that. The important thing is that fools the Garleans. Oh, before we go in, I don't know if Tataru told you, but my friend Nago, the messenger who came to us, is a member of this faction. So they know us and they shouldn't attack us on sight. That said, they can be a bit jumpy. So I'm leading the way, and don't go reaching for weapons or anything. Sprinkle of demasting dust, always laid bare. All clear, let's go. Place is cool. Yeah, I actually haven't had enough time to actually explore this entire area. Like, every time I would come in, I would just, like, the first time I went through, I didn't explore anything. I just, like, followed the path, and I'd look for a little bit, but nothing too crazy. But it was amazing.
I remember the old stories. How the Breaker of Worlds came down from on high and cleft the earth with a single blow. Rhalga's Reach, a holy place and a fitting home for the resistance, for the brave and the true, the loyal sons and daughters of Alamigo.
Nice.
They were waiting for us there, men and women whose souls still cried out for what was lost, for what could be ours again.
Comrades. Ah, my elbow. I wish I just had a computer desk and a computer chair. Like, I don't have that option. Sucks. It's hard to feel at ease with the giant statue looking down at you. Hey, you're telling me. This temple was once home to the Fist of Rhalga, as I recall. Yes, there's no mistaking that statue. Normally, I'd shudder at the thought of armed rebels trampling about an ancient temple of immense historical importance, but Rhalga is the breaker of worlds, so it seems rather appropriate, if anything. Fascinating, a massive, nigh imperceptible glamour encompassing the entire valley. I see how the summit was able to escape the watchful eyes of Imperial airships. Pleasure to see you again, and Crow, and Y'shtola. Without whose help, I might not be standing here today, at least not so soon. It's good to see Naga up and moving again. I was there when she headed home, so I naturally assumed she left too soon. Always overdoing it, that one. Damn straight. Oh, so you really came. I never thought I'd see you here, but I'm glad. You'll forgive us our precautions, but we couldn't be sure who would cross the barrier. We see now for who you are, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. Now I know you wouldn't have come all this way unless you had something important to discuss. I'm eager to hear what it is you have to say. But let's not do our doorstep. Come with me. Speaking with Conrad. I doubt there's probably not too many people here if I had to guess. At least here. Oh, actually, no. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. There may not be anybody spawned in just yet. I think we haven't officially, like, completed this area where it's fully unlocked yet. So there's probably going to be very little, if no people here right now. They won't spawn in, I think, for a little bit. At least players. That's what I'm referring to. Not AI. The NPCs are still here. Oh, maybe I'm wrong. Is that a chef outfit? I know it ain't, but it looks like it. The hat does. Looks weird. Maybe I'm wrong then. I don't know.
Allow me to welcome you once more to Rhalga's Reach, our humble headquarters.
Alright, sorry for the jump cut, guys. Had to clean up a spill that I decided to make on my ground. So great.
It is a pleasure to meet you, Master Kemp. I am Alphino Leveilleur of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. They are my comrades. Before I speak of our purpose here, pray allow me to thank you for sheltering Ida, forgive me, Lys, and Papalymo at great risk to yourselves.
No, there's no need for that. They risked their necks for us enough times. 'Twas the least we could do.
I wanted to, I mean, about the mask and...
Don't fret over that. You're not the first person to take up arms against the Empire under a false name. We'd do the same if we had any sense. My condolences for your loss, child.
Papalymo laid down his life to save us, to give us a chance to make a better future for ourselves. There will never be a better time to drive the Garleans from our lands. But we have to take the lead on this. We can't leave it to fanatics like Ilberd.
More than a few of our people were taken in by his promises. Followed him all the way to the wall. Good men and women who never came back. When Monago told us what had happened, how the bastard had made sacrifices of them for his twisted ritual, by Rhalga it filled me with an unholy fury. But what's done is done. Best we can do now is see that it wasn't all in vain.
That is why we are here today, sir. To see that some good comes of this tragedy. On behalf of the Eorzean Alliance, we do hereby extend a formal offer of military assistance to the Alamegan resistance.
Do you now? Well, go on then. I'm sure there's more to it than that. So that's the way of it, eh? The Alliance, hoping to avoid a direct confrontation with the superior forces of the Empire, wishes to engage them by proxy with our vastly inferior ones. My comrades and I must confer on your proposal. A moment, if you please.
Of course, Master Kemp. Take all the time you require.
Yeah, we did it. Also, I apologize both YouTube and anybody watching if you don't like F-bombs. That was a good F-bomb, and it was accurate. There might be a small jump cut at both at the beginning and the end here. So, yeah, the end part's my bad. I accidentally just spit. I dropped the glass. The glass is fine. The orange juice sitting inside said glass. Doing very bad. So the Grenadians are finally willing to fight, eh? Need to call the other senior members together before we can make a decision. To be honest, I already know I want us to work together, but we still got to talk it over with everyone. It's not as though we stand around here indefinitely, do we? Yes. Apalima and I were entirely honest with you. Though we were sheltered in Low Alamigo at first, we spent most of our time here working with Conrad and his people, but you probably guessed that in the moment I led you to the Reach, didn't you? So they would have us wait very well. I can't imagine they that they would refuse, but if they did, yeah, I know you're telling me. Is there an inn here? I don't think I actually put an inn in this place. Crap. Well, interesting. Yeah, door open, heater on. Praying to God if it tries that up. So it seemed we found ourselves at full for the free time. Forgive me, you're free to look around Org's Reach. In fact, I would encourage you to do so. It'll give you a better grasp of our current circumstances. Thank you, Master Camp. I believe we will do just that. Let's make the most of this opportunity and assess the Resistance's capabilities. Free to poke our noses wheresoever we will, eh? I like the sound of that. Well, I already know this place inside out. I can show you around if you like, I do. Yeah, sure. Great, let's get started. Mushy fungus. That's a name you chose. God. Bet you think the Resistance is mostly made up of Alamegan Highlanders like me, but the truth is that we don't even count for half. Got Hellsguard from all over the spine in here, plenty of Seekers of the Sun like Nago. There's even some Beastmen, well, Beast women, I suppose, like that one over there. She's an Anata. They've been with us for a while now. Well, one of the smaller faction has. The rest won't have anything to do with us. We're no different from the Garleans to them. They keep themselves spending all their time crafting. Anata make the most amazing jewelry, by the way. They use magics to twist metals and crystals into shape you wouldn't believe. It's a pity hard ever get to see their work, but then most don't even know they exist. That's enough about them anyway. Let's take a closer look at the statue of Rolga, shall we? Yeah, sprint. Nice lake. Or is it more of like a pond? Can't tell anymore. Nice waterfalls. Really nice waterfalls. Pretty awe-inspiring, isn't it? The breaker of worlds who guided our ancestors to these lands all those centuries ago. Ina used to tell me the stormy nights. She wanted me to understand, to remember. End of the 5th Astral Era, when the waters rose high and higher, people all across Eorzea beseeched the heavens for a sign. And lo, a burning star appeared in the eastern sky and led the way to these mountains of Abania. They who were saved by his grace pledged to honor and revere him, to devote themselves to great works without and within. Storm of blood approaches fast, hell's open, heavens weep, for one soul doth lie beyond the measure of his reach. That last part was scribed on this stone by the monk of the Fist of Rolga. Lita explained it to me. A day will come bringing strife and sorrow that none may escape. Waste not these precious hours, but in quiet preparation make strong the body and mind. I don't know if that storm of blood is finally upon us, but if it is, I have to believe that everything we've done through everything that has led us to this point will see us through to the end. Sorry, that was a bit of melodramatic, wasn't it? Let's keep moving, shall we? Off to the infirmary. Swim in the water. I'm pretty sure if your head's in the water for that long, you're gonna drown. At least. Infirmary, as you can probably tell, here's where the resistance healers patched up the wounded and tended the sick. No matter how carefully we planned our operations, casualties were inevitable. Sad thing to think about, but it's also important to remember the cost, as Conrad would say. We should go. I'll show you the Theorite Plaza next. Booyah. These are Nagas? Weird. Strange. God damn it. What can we do now? I get like my brother sometimes. Skywatcher. Good, Skywatcher is good. Such a dick. Flawless I thought that said Jesse Flaw. When you seen 1 through 8, you've seen them all, right? Not quite. This one's an older design, dating back decades to when the Fist of Rolga was still here. They look like different, but it works as well as any other. I'll show you where the Salters are next, but don't forget to attune to the Aetherite before you go. Well, I've already attuned to it, so I'm good. What's the last one, man? I think it's not that far. I'll probably finish this up until we have to go back up top and talk to Conrad. Yeah, excellent. There's no shortage of settlers here. Should we need of their services? Highly surprising. Where there is war, there is profit to be had. That's a guarantee. Arms, armor, potions, you name it, these folks got it. The resistance would be in a bad way without these brave merchants to keep it provisioned. If you're short on anything or you need something repaired, these are the people to speak to. Oh, Alphino and Alice are here. Why don't we see how they're getting on? Can't take the measure of our friendly neighborhood merchants. Their bold lot, that much is plain. The Imperials found out they were repelling their wares to the resistance, they would be lucky to skip their lives. 'Tis a gamble, I admire their courage, but the motives could hardly be said to be altruistic. Ah, there you are. I've been looking all over for you. Finished discussing your proposal. We've received you all back at the tent. I've sent someone to fetch your stolen cross, so if you follow me. Alright. Actually, I gotta go find a hiding spot. Let's go find a hiding hole. That way I can say bye to you guys and then I don't get disturbed. I know, that's just my thing. Every time I play this, I try to find like a hidey hole where nobody will bug me. Yeah, let's hide back in the cave. This will be fine. I know this place is good. Alright, so with that, guys, unfortunately, I gotta end this episode right here. As always, I think I made this a little over. I gotta edit a couple things out. I don't know if I'm gonna leave that F-bomb in there or not, but it might stay. It might not. I don't know. Yeah, there's somebody here. Yeah, why the hell is every time I go somewhere there's random people about? Always random people. I just want to have 10 seconds to myself, and there's no inn. Makes me seriously disappointed. Well, it's always a disappointment. I bet if I went out a New Game Plus, I bet there'd be a lot more people here. I almost guarantee it. I'm gonna go over here then. There's another cave, another ladder. Yeah, we'll go over here. This works. This works. God damn it! Every time I want to end this episode, I'm gonna have somebody bug me. Well, the main reason is because it's like if you do the emotes, people are gonna look at you like, oh, they're trying to be friendly. Me do it back, and I just don't want to deal with it. So, I don't know. It's just me. It's the only bad thing playing MMO. I always want to do the emotes now. So, all I gotta say is, please like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. Come back, ladies and gents. More Final Fantasy XIV, and I'll be sure to see you guys next time. Thanks.